Okay, I'm gonna see if this works. Hello, my name is Raquel and this is Paints and Glitter. Oh, okay. I'm hoping this works today. And I have to give an apology to anyone who was here just a couple of minutes ago, trying to see if I was live or not. I'm just waiting on my computer here. Should take just about a moment. And I do see, okay, hopefully there's someone here. All right, so I'm just going to change my orientation really quickly here. And hopefully I can get started. And I'm just going to try to cover this up really quickly. Hopefully this works. Let's see here, it's going to be a minute. Wow. Okay, hello Melissa. Hopefully you can hear me. It's been a process. I am here with my regular setup, which I'm going to try to fix in a moment here so that you guys can actually see my desk. All right, so hopefully that's better. Hello, Tanya. Please let me know if you guys can hear me. You can see me. Obviously, you're seeing my keyboard, not my hands. So here I am. I'm back. So, okay, I can't. Oh, I can. Oh, praise God. Oh my gosh, it's been a long week. That's all I'm gonna say. It's been a long week. So here's the update. I don't even know. Yes, I did say the title of the video is Crafty Chat and an Update. Okay, so the Crafty Chat is coming, of course, because you guys know I love to talk. However, the update is that I am trying to make changes to this channel that are for the better. I'm running into some issues with my equipment, and I'm hoping to God that sooner rather than later I will have those issues worked out. There's just a couple little kinks that are happening, and I've been trying to just go live to see if you know how some people learn through the looking at the mistakes and seeing them happen and then backtracking. I'm one of those people. So sometimes when it comes to technology, I'd rather see, okay, so what's working, what's not working, and how, if I know what the problem is, then I can hopefully backtrack and fix it that way, right? So that's what I've been doing, and I do apologize for those of you who have been kind of the victims of my ineptitude. I promise you that I'm just trying to fix the channel to make it better for everyone so that it is easier to watch the videos and have better content. That's the only thing that I'm trying to do. So I do appreciate all of your patience. Now, now that I've got that out of the way, I did want to come by and share with you, of course, that this week is a really wonderful week for Tonic Studios. If you are interested in any of the super cool deals that are happening, today, in fact, was the release of the mystery bags. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. They're $5 a piece, and it's first come, first serve. So if you want to get your hands on any of those, of course, there's going to be a mix of product in the bags. So I did see on one of the Facebook forums someone asking if they purchased a couple of bags, if they were going to actually be in goodie bags, which is, it's actually a really good question. Turns out that's not how it's done. So if you're interested in that sort of you know, product, then just bear in mind that, for instance, if you're buying them as gifts for your crafty friends or anything like that, that you will have to package them on your own. But we crafters love making packaging. We're totally obsessed with packaging, so that shouldn't be a downer for anyone. So having said that, I am going to, if you guys, I don't know if you guys are up for it, because of all of the craziness that has happened this week with what I've been doing behind the scenes, I don't have everything cut out that I would have liked to cut out. I do have some products to show you guys that are available on sale. Again, first come, first serve. So if they're already sold out, they're sold out. However, I wanted to mention just really quickly because this was something that I wanted to play with. And as you can see, it's still in the packaging. um, but if you have not been with, you know, purchasing from Tonic Studios or a customer for a very long time, then just for those who may watch this a little bit later, there was such a thing as a stamp club from Tonic Studios, which was not the same as um, the Tonic Craft Kit that we get monthly. The Craft Kit is a subscription program that you can either purchase a one-off or you can subscribe, of course, as the name entails, where you can either get a 3-month subscription or you can get a quarterly subscription with no penalties if you skip and all that good stuff. So compared to like other companies out there, it's probably the best subscription program that you can get because you don't get penalized and you don't get stuck with product you don't want. So aside from that, Tonic Studios did have the Stamp Club, which just meant that for those customers or, you know, crafters that really love stamping, then this was another avenue that you could take and then purchase the little stamps, and then they would come with the dies and also in their own wallets, which I found to be phenomenal. So this set happens to be the Hungry Honeybears stamp set. These used to retail for like $34.99 if I'm not mistaken, at least in the US. And some of these are on sale for about $19.99. So let me take a quick look and I'll let you guys know. By the way, my links are in the description of this video. So if you're interested in any of those items, of course, to support my channel, then I would encourage you to use those links. So if you go, for instance, to the actual Tonic Studios page, which my link will allow you to do, and that's either UK or US, you're actually going to find that right now, for instance, in the US, there are, okay, so this one's $14.99, guys. So this is actually, yep, this used to be $34.99. And it's on sale for $14.99. Let me show you some other ones because I had picked up my little bin and I wanted to share with you. For instance, and I totally took advantage of this sale, guys, because there were some that I didn't have. And I was like, okay, no, I'm totally going to snatch some up myself because I'm going to show you the other ones that are still available. The ones that I happen to have anyway, because there are some that I don't even have. But there was this one here. Okay, and then if you guys want me to make something with one of these, then I'll be happy to at least do some stamping and coloring. So this is called a Plantastic stamp set. And then look at all the plants that come in that. So if you're really into the really pretty, let me move my light, really pretty greenery and that sort of thing, this little set is gorgeous, and it's even got the little hanging plant. And then what's really neat about this one, and let me show you guys what I mean about like the value of these sets. For instance, this one comes with its own little hanging little macrame thing here, and also a little cloche. So just because it wasn't available as a stamp doesn't mean they didn't include it as the die. And then on the back, you see here, it has several other dies there that either coincide or complement the stamp set. And that's what I think is so cool about these is, for instance, this one here has these little circles, and they're actually meant to look like a wood slice, but as you can tell, there are several, so you can make it super dimensional if you want to. There's also the dies that are going to cut out the actual stamped images of the little bears on the tree and all that cutesy stuff. You get, you know, the little swirly bits there if you want it to make the little, either a little path, or you can use it as if it were honey dripping on the side of your card. Then there's actually the little branches of the tree, so you can have a lot of fun with that. There's also, and the reason again I'm mentioning these because they are at least 50% off. So it's an excellent value. And as a matter of fact, okay, yeah, there was a bundle before. That's probably when I got my little bear one. But there are a lot of different themes. Let me see another one that I might have here. Oh yeah, this picnic one is so super cool. And let me just check the chat really quickly here. Oh, hello, Rocky. Thank you for being here. And I'm sorry it took me a minute there to say hello. But let me show you the picnic one because I think they're so cute. It's also an excellent, here we go. So there's this one. And this one has the little picnic basket. It's got the bottle of wine and the glass and the grapes and the little cup there. The little apple that's got a bite taken out of it. I think that's so cute. The little sandwich. It's got the little ants that crawl around. The charcuterie board and the French loaf of bread. And then, of course, they all come with sentiments. That's another thing I forgot to mention. But then let me show you the little matching dies. This one has the little grass, and then of course it has the dies that match. But look at it, even comes with the silverware, and then it's got this beautiful picnic blanket. And this one, this rectangle, I'm putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. This has the little stitching lines all the way around, but you can use this on its own. So if you're not going to use, for instance, this background, you're not limited to it. So if that's not your style, but you want to use it sometimes or depending on the technique, then of course you can insert it and get your little blanket there. And then here's the rest. So you don't have to fussy cut if you're not into that. So of course that little apple, for instance, you may not want to spend 20 minutes of your life cutting that out. It's up to you, of course. But just, you know, just as a little pointer there. And then, of course, that little grass you can use with absolutely any other card that you make, including, you know, the one with the bears. So let me take a look, because I think they have the sweets one. Oh, okay. Let me show you this one. This is another one. It's got the flowers, and by the way, this one's called Wildflower Wonderland. And again, I'm talking about the ones available right now in the US. Now, today, this one's only $9.99, okay? And I'm going to show you some other ones that are at that rock bottom. I mean, you can't even get a stamp set for $9.99, let alone the stamps and the dies. So this one's got that beautiful little hummingbird. I've used this in a previous video. It's got these flowers, that beautiful butterfly, and then it's got the matching dies. This one, by the way, has a die that says wild. And if I flip it around, it doesn't come with the magnet, just so you guys know. I actually use my own, but of course, if you purchase the magnets from Tonic Studios or anywhere else, then you can insert them as I have, and then you have a really nifty way of, you know, accessing everything. But this one's got the little flowers, little wildflowers. They're super, super cute. I've used those in the past as well. So again, that's only $9.99 right now. Then there is, there's the other one that's super cute. Let me show you this other one. This one here, right now is $9.99, comes with the dies. This one is called Delicious Desserts. So it comes with the little sundae dish, the banana, it's the whipped cream. It says so sweet, and I love that Tonic always adds like the shadows to your words. It's got the long little spoon, the cherry, a star, a little, I would call this a straw, but it's one of those straw candies, I think, that's twirly. I forget what they're called, but I think it's maybe a straw candy. I don't know. But this one's got the cupcake as well. So this is perfect for, you know, your little summer cards or maybe invitations to a party or birthday cards. It's got the ice cream cone, the sundae, the cup dish, the little wrapper, cupcake wrapper. Yeah, I think I had, hold on one second. For some reason I have two magnets here, so I'm guessing, oh, okay, so this is the rest of that little ice cream. So if you don't want to use the stamps for that one, which you can, it's got the little ice cream here, but if you just quickly wanted to make a card, you could just repeat this little ice cream scoop a few times. And that one also has a strawberry. Okay. So if you're familiar with the Tonic Craft Kit, this latest release, then you know that that one also had strawberries. So you could, you know, play around and mix and match. For instance, it also had cherries. So you could add it to what you already have, or then use the kit and then use the stamps from this set, because this one has a ton of sentiments, including a birthday, like it's your birthday, sprinkled with love. It's just super cute. And then that little cone, and this here it says treat. So let me put this back and I'll show you. Bear with. I'm just going to put these back and then I'll show you some other ones that are still available. There's this one here, which this is not part of the stamp. Well, I don't think this was considered part of the stamp club, but this is the Blossoming Bouquet Stamp and Stencil set. This one's available. And this one, of course, has, again, florals, butterflies, some really pretty sentiments. But this did come with stencils that you could use to make the backgrounds for your cards. This one here is actually a layered lily. So it comes with the 2 different stencils that you can create a background with. And then this one goes along. Yes, it comes with both of these, so you can do backgrounds and also color in the actual stamps there. So it makes it a little bit easier if you're just quickly wanting to make a background. So that one, by the way, this one's $19.99, down from $43.96 according to the, you know, the retail price listed there. There's also a Christmas one, which I find to be fantastic. In fact, I've used it, and I just loved the results. And I wish I could show you samples, guys. Sadly, you know, most of the cards that I make, I give away. So that's why I don't have any right now to show you. But I could let you know, this one here is the Christmas Rose, and this is $9.99 at this moment on the US website. This one has these beautiful flowers here. It's got the sprig here, like a pine tree sprig. And then it's got this really cool stamp here that you could use to make like a shabby chic background, or just something more grungy if you're into that. It's got the singular flowers there. And then what I love about this one is that it also came with the holly and berry dies all on their own, aside from the sentiments, which do say Merry Christmas and then Happy Holidays. And then there are the shadow pieces. And then there's this rectangle here, which I really like the corners. They're inverted. And then it came with a second layer, but it also came with this piece here, which you can use on its own if you'd like to, or with the other 2 rectangles. And if you look closely there, it has a bunch of little holes all the way around. So you get a really unique look when you use that one. And it's, I just happen to really, really like that. And the size is great. So let me go back here. Hello, Eve. Thank you so much for coming back. So yes, Melissa, I agree with you. The one little candy can be either or. It's all up to you as to how you cut the papers, you know. So you can do whatever you like with that. So there are many more. Those are just some of the options available. I don't want to, you know, bore you guys, but I think, let me see if the other one is there, because there was another one that I really, really like, and I hope it's still available. If you're into the little monsters, there's a set that's $9.99 with little monsters. There's a campfire critters for $9.99. There is a mermaid set for $14.99. And then I don't have those, so sadly I can't show them to you. And then there are some other ones. There's a fall set. There's one with that I actually ordered. It's got a watermelon and an avocado. I had to get it, but I don't have it yet. So I wanted to, whew, I had to set that aside, it was heavy. I wanted to show you guys those, but I also wanted to show you guys a small haul if you're interested. Let me go back here. I went recently to, okay, so I'm planning some cards, and Melissa, you probably know about a little bit about this. I wanted to have some sentiments that are more in tune with my beliefs, and because I like faith-based sentiments, I went over to scrapbook.com and I did a little shopping. And that's also linked below in case you didn't know. I am affiliated with them as well. But I found these from, and these are from Paper Tray Ink. If you've not heard of that company, they have some gorgeous, gorgeous collections. But I found these, and it turns out, now I'm not too familiar, but they do have these stamps, and then these are from scrapbook.com. They have these stamps that were released, I guess, every month, but I don't know which year, because honestly, I'm not gonna lie and say that I knew. I just had them on my wish list for a while, so I went ahead and picked them up, and I don't know if they did it for an entire year or not, and I'm just separating these out. But these were the faith-based ones, and they are different Bible verses. So this is called Psalm Reflections, and I think that's the only book that they went through in the Bible was the book of Psalms. And so a lot of people like to memorize the Psalms. I find them to be very, very, very encouraging in my life. So I figured, you know what, I want to add these to some of my cards. So I really love these. And for instance, this one says, "This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Be strong and take heart, all who hope in the Lord. When cares increase within me, your comfort gives me joy." So they're kind of timeless. There's really not a bad time of the year to make a card with scripture. So this one says, "I keep the Lord always before me. With him at my right hand, I shall never be shaken." I mean, come on now. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I love it. It says, "Your word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." Of course, I say it in King James in my brain because that's the version I'm used to. But I really like that, and especially if you use a oh my gosh, I'm thinking of a lighthouse image, which I have a 3D lighthouse, but I don't know if I have a stamp of a lighthouse. But in any case, so yeah, paper tray, oh my gosh, they're so tempting. And let me tell you, I treated myself. So I was like, you know what? I'm just getting them. Just gonna get them. So this one here says spring sentiments. And I thought this was pretty universal, so I went ahead and got those. It says spring greetings, happy hello, welcome, which of course you can use, you know, together. And then it says, "It's finally here, wishing you brighter and warmer days. May many blessings come your way this," and then of course spring. Spring is a lovely reminder of how beautiful change can truly be. Spring has sprung. May the sunshine light up your life and put a smile on your face each day. And then spring, let your joy burst forth like flowers in, or okay, so I guess this is the other way around. Let your joy burst forth like flowers in the spring. Enough of that. And this one's peace, and it's about Christmas. And I like that this one has the scripture of Micah 5:5. It says, "He will be your peace." So I really like that. Okay, so that sold me on those. And then scrapbook.com has their own collections, of course. And then these are Psalm 31:24, Psalm 29:11. And then this, and that looks like my handwriting, guys. I don't know how they did that. But I looked at, I'm like, wait a minute. That's weird. This one's Isaiah 41:10. And I'm gonna look here really quick. Okay, and then Psalm 61:2. I like this, says, when my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. So yeah, a lot of encouragement. You guys know this channel is called Paints and Glitter Art with Encouragement, and that's the whole point, you know, to get so delicious desserts, okay, is $9.99. Well, from where I'm looking here, Wildflower Wonderland is $9.99. Christmas Rose is $9.99. Little Monsters is $9.99. Campfire Critters is $9.99. And let me see here. Oopsie, bear with. I'm going to see if you can, oopsie, if you can find it the way that I'm looking for it, because anything that helps is good, right? So let me give you this, and then that way, you know, it's so strange how I've been having so many YouTube like crazy issues, and then all of a sudden certain things do work. Isn't that crazy how that works? I don't know. Sometimes life is so strange. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a link. Hopefully that works. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Okay, so that's the link that's gonna take you to all of the stamp sets that I shared with you from Tonic Studios US. And let me go to the UK. And if I find the same ones, then I will share that with you as well. Because guys, the reason I wanted to share that with you is not to only encourage you to shop, you know what I mean? What I'm doing is to let you know, for instance, that some of these will are still available, for instance, only as like the stamps or only as the die, that sort of thing. But they're not going to be made again, okay? They're not going to be reproduced. They're not they're on the disco is what they call it, the disco list, and that means they're discontinued. If they're still there, it's because they were not sold. And I'm trying to get you guys another link here real quick. Where are you? Please show up. Where are you? This is weird. Okay, hold on one second, guys. Oh, this computer, my computer is like freezing. Of course it is. Come on, baby. I think my internet's slow because I'm using the live feed. Yeah, it doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, maybe in a minute it'll work if it comes back. So, okay, so Tanya. So, okay, so Rocky, I've got you a link at least, and then I'm going to see. Okay, let's see if this little guy wants to work now. Come on, baby. I'm just not seeing. Okay, there's something that's not online at the moment, and I don't know why. That's really. Come on. Let me see if this works. Okay, I guess it did. All right, I'm gonna see if this, hopefully this works for my UK friends, if you're interested, okay? So that second one is the UK, And that's all of the sets that are still available that were considered the stamp club. So in the UK, for instance, there's the bear one that I showed you guys, and they actually have the mermaid one, the plantastic, the Christmas rose, and quite a few others actually. But for instance, for the little monsters, they don't have the stamp, they only have the die. So there's that in any case. So okay. Tanya. I'll keep you in prayer, sweetheart. Um, Discouragement is actually a very difficult thing to go through. So cool. Yes, the first one, Rocky, just to let you know, the first one is for the US. That second one that I just posted is actually for the UK. But definitely, Tanya, this is a good place to come for prayer because a lot of us ladies like to, you know, pray for one another. And in fact, this is something that I would recommend to you is if you've never read the book of Psalms, if you're ever discouraged, I would recommend you read the book of Psalms. And you're going to see that, you know, there's just a great amount of solace and encouragement that you can receive from the Word of God, and that's the only way that I can say it. I mean, I know what it's like. I can empathize with you. So for sure, that's the one thing that I can definitely recommend. You know, and then of course, surround yourself with people who will uplift you. You know, so. For instance, this group here is phenomenal for that. Okay, so let me go back and I'm gonna try again. Because for some reason, okay, bear with me, sweetie. I'm trying to get my, okay, so if that's not working, which is weird, let me just go to my, it could be, well, I don't want to get into details because it's besides the point. But sometimes on my end, stuff doesn't update, which is really bizarre. And it's kind of like out of my control, you know. But I'm gonna try to find something really quick. Where am I here? Okay, so, hmm. Okay. All right. I think I might be there. Give me 1 second. Okay. Copy that. Yeah, no, okay. So the way that it works is that sometimes if I'm trying to get a direct link to a store, and this is just some like background stuff. If you've ever been affiliated with a store or you intend to be in the future, then here's a little tip for you, right? Sometimes the links that we have, if we're trying to generate a new link, sometimes if the store is offline, we can't give you a new link. That's how it works. That's a simple form. If the store is online, then we can give you a link. And if not, then you can go to my links that are in the description bar of the video and just go to the UK one and then type on the bar, you know, Stamp Club, and they're all going to pop up. But I'm really sorry that I can't give you a refreshed one because it's not physically possible for me to do that right now with the UK. So just so you know, the US one should be working. Rocky said she tried it and that it worked. So let me go back there. Bear with me, guys, because it should be working. And I'm going to test it myself just to make sure, because that should definitely be working. And I'm referring to the US one. So I'm going to try that myself right now, because it should take you exactly to the page that I was referring to. So that way you guys don't have to be all over the, you know, all over the place trying to find it. Yeah, it works. So I'm going to put the US one back up in the chat. So this is US, okay? So that way you guys see what I was talking about, all right? So then, and now mind you, that is for the Tonic Studio stamps and dies that I was just talking about. Some of them are down to $10 in the US. Go load up on them. Take them all. It's going to be worth it. Trust me. Because even if you don't like the stamps, the dies are worth it. Just, you know. So, as you guys probably know, I had shared with you in the past that this year I'm doing a flower series on this channel. I only wish that I had some cut out for you today. But as I said, I've been trying to do some homework on the back end of things for this channel, so I've not been able to really do any crafting, sadly. But in any case, part of the whole flower thing was that I was doing the flowers with different types of centers. So I did go ahead and pick up these from Elizabeth Craft Designs. You probably get, if you've watched this channel before, you know that I love her flower dies. And so this is a coordinating stamp that you could actually use with hers or with any other flower. And as you see there, it just makes that kind of saturated centers or edges to petals. So I'm gonna play around with that, see if I like it. And then lastly, from Picket Fence Studios, I did pick up a bee theme stamp because I just could not resist. And they did have this as a flash sale at Picket Fence Studios for $3.99. Oh, I almost fell over when I saw that, because when I got it, it was not that cheap, let me tell you. So this is called, by the way, Honey Deer. So let me see if they have it still, because it was kind of the same kind of thing. It was a flash sale, and it was only, let me find it here. This one is D100. D100. And I'm being a total enabler, I realize that, but yeah, this is Honey Deer. It's still available. So let me see if I can get you guys that if you're interested, because I know if something is such a low price, I'm going to give you guys a link for it, then hey, you might want it. Oopsie. There we go. I'm just going to grab you guys that link real fast. And I wish I had that before, but it didn't occur to me that I could even give it to you guys. Okay, so there's that one. So this link is for this stamp here, and it's got the little girl. She's wearing the bee outfit. She's got a honey pot, and then a little bee friend that's holding a flower, and then it says, "Kind words are like honey, sweet for the soul." Again, another very encouraging sentiment. So Sandra, what's going on? So yeah, Melissa, this is $3.99 right now in that link I just gave you guys. Doctor said it wasn't processed, next appointment. So what's going on, Sandra? Let's stamp it out. What do you guys think? Oh, let me show you this paper. Sorry guys, I did a little damage this month. And I still have a couple boxes coming. I was just thinking of Mother's Day and stuff. Anyway, so I got this paper, Cartabella paper, if you guys are familiar with them. It's like a linen paper, but look guys, how cute. Oh my God. It's so much prettier in person. This is from the collection called Farmhouse Market, and I just had to get it. And now I want to go back and get the rest. It's so pretty. But I got to thinking of some little makes for Mother's Day. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty, pretty, pretty. And by the way, I saw the other day that there is a company from the UK. Oh my gosh. LDRS is it? Or somebody like that? I don't know. Anyway, and they're making the organizers for crafts that you can then customize on the outside, and I got to thinking, oh, I want that. Because then you could use your really beautiful papers, or maybe I mean, some people like vinyl, and to be completely honest, I would probably scan this into my computer and print it onto vinyl and then stick it on something. But anyway, the idea is they always flow, right? You're fractured your tibia. Oh, sweetheart. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, I told the receptionist and I continue to say, yeah, yep. Oh. So yes, Tanya, this is Cartabella. And let me type it because it's hard to see. So let me type that in the chat. Cartabella. And the collection is Farmhouse Market. Oopsie, it's Cartabella. Sorry, guys. Like that. Cartabella. I love this brand. They make gorgeous papers. Sandra, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hi, Gina. Oh, the UK. Wait a minute. Oh, no, I'm confused. All right, so Tanya said what company I need to know. Oh, the one with the bins. Oh my gosh. Oh, I should have written it down. I saw it on Facebook. Oh my gosh. Containers or... Let me see if I can find them. If I can find them, I'll list it, because I think it's called Cling. Yeah, I think I found them. Cling and Store. Yeah, I found them. Oh my gosh. Woohoo! Okay, so I don't have a link, but I'll go ahead and send you guys this so that you get to see what I'm talking about. So here it is. That's not an affiliate link, but you can take a look there later on if you want to. Don't worry, Gina. This is just a chat and an enabling video. Yes, Eve, that's why I got it. That's exactly why I got it. I got to thinking about Mother's Day cards because it is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So, I got to thinking that, aside from that... Oh, wait. Let me show you guys something else. Speaking of papers, I have this... I've had these things laying here for a little bit. Yes, Gina, that's what we're all here for, right? We help each other out. We encourage one another and we enable one another. But Gina, since you just got here, I just was updating everyone that I'm trying to make some changes to this channel, and I'm getting there. It's just taking me a minute. And that's why I've been off and on here this week making crazy videos where no one can hear my voice and all that good stuff. And that's not been intentional. It's just that I'm trying to make some changes, and I still have some kinks to work out with my sound. But hopefully, once I get that all situated, I can come back and have much better connectivity than what I have now. So I went on Etsy, and I'm trying not to show my personal details, so my apologies. Okay, so I went to 4 Creative Seasons. That's the store where I got this paper from, because I wanted to get a hold of this Prima paper. It's called In Full Bloom. And I was so silly that I hesitated on getting this, and I regret it because I wish I had gotten the whole collection now. But you know, when you have paper coming out of your ears, it's hard to justify it. So I just got the 6x6, but I really wanted the 6x8 because that's the size I like to work with. So yes, Gina is completely guilty of enabling, especially on Instagram. I'm like, I need to stay off of Instagram because if not, I end up shopping. Oh gosh. But like I said, I did a little bit of damage this past month. And every now and then, that's okay. Okay, sorry guys. I have my OCD kicks in and I can't handle stickers. So look at how gorgeous this is. This has been like my favorite color palette of late. That whole lavender and the little bit of orange, a little bit of peach. In fact, this was the inspiration that I used, the color palette anyway, for the little fairy house. So if you see the similarities there in the colors, that's what I was going for. I wanted to get those colors in there. And now that I look at it, I wish I had used yellow for the base, like maybe a really light yellow, but I'm still happy with it. It's such a pretty combination and it's very soothing to look at. So in any case, let's go ahead and flip through this. Oh, you get 4 of them. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. And then there's this. Super cute, right? On this side, by the way, there's this cute little bird. Isn't he sweet? So pretty. And then there's a honeycomb texture there. So that's excellent. Is Gina the friend who gifted you that stuff? Gifted. Oh, okay. So that's a different Gina. Gina, the one who sent me the rack with all the stamps and dies and stuff, that's Gina O. Her last name is OH. Gina O. And she is oh my gosh, what's Gina's channel? Guys, who knows Gina's channel? And I pull. Oh wow, you're awesome. Gina, that's phenomenal. Me, I just want to grab everything and throw it in my backyard and set it on fire. That's my version of a good clean. Just throw it all in a pit. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't even want other people to have it because it's like, I'm over it. I don't even want to see it on you. Hi, Rosh. Hi, Rosh. I'm just being violent in my... So I'm showing pretty papers and being violent in my mind. A girl can dream. I'm just kidding, guys. Please pardon my twisted sense of humor. Okay, so this one's got a bunch of little birdies. I'm so bad. Oh my gosh. But you know what it is? You know when you have things that have been in your house for so long that you're like, why are you still here? And I'm not referring to people necessarily. It can be things too. Oh gosh, I'm joking, guys. Totally joking. But yeah, we have, in fact, sorry, we have floors to redo. So my husband went to the store. We went to a couple of different stores and we found the floor that we want. Oh, and that was that was a project, just getting the floor. And thankfully my husband knows how to do all that, but then of course, gotta wait for him to be available to do it. This, by the way, has little daisies. I love that. Oh my gosh, I need more of this paper. This one has a little bicycle and then the little garden greenhouse. Thank you, Sandra. Melissa, we all do. But we can't do that. We can't do that. We'd be going back in time. At least here in the United States. In other places, they do it. I'm just kidding, guys. I don't condone violence. You guys know I'm just messing around, all right? Please don't take it seriously. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I have a stack in the corner of this room of things that I need to get rid of. That I'm just like, okay, I know that someone else might find use in it, but am I really just joking, like kidding myself? Am I really just trying to convince myself that because I made the choice to have these things, that suddenly someone else is gonna be like, yay, I have the same needs. Or should I truly just throw it all in a hefty bag and get rid of it? Because those days are over. And no, I'm not that cool anyway. You see how my mind works, guys? Literally, it's like, I don't know. This is a book page. No, I have to tell you guys, I did grow up in the military. So we moved every 3 to 4 years. And I did learn to part with things quite easily. It's just the craft stuff that's a little bit harder to get rid of. But as I said before, we're going to be redoing our floors, so there's going to be quite a bit of stuff that's just going to go. I love this. It's got half lavender and then half florals. So Rocky says, Gina, did you read what you wrote before the closet cleaning? Sounds like you cleaned something else. I'm not even going to look. I am not going to look. Excuse me. Oh, guys, I lost my breath. All right, so I guess the rest of this is still more little spring. Oh, wait, no. There's this little cut apart page. Look how cute. It's got a little bunny. Yeah, exactly, Melissa. See, that's what I was saying too. But the thing is that when I say stuff, people misconstrue it. So after it comes out of my mouth, I get to thinking, oh, are they thinking the wrong thing? Like, I don't want anyone to think that I want to set people on fire. It's just like, it's just that stuff that stays around too long is like an unwelcome guest. But you can't say that to people. You can, however, say it to your things and say, you're out of here. Get out. Time to go. Oh no. This conversation. Oh, okay, let's talk about the pretty bling bling. This is, I can't breathe. This is part of that collection. It's shiny and it's cute. I'm done. Oh, yeah, yeah. I can't stop. Oh, gosh. How did this happen? We were talking about crafts. I can't breathe. Ah. Whew. Okay, let me show you some cards. The, ay, 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 mamma mia. You guys are awful. Oh, I think it was, you know what? It was it was a matter of interpretation. That's all. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. we're gonna let that go. Oh, I know, Sandra. I just try to keep it, you know, try to keep it so that my pastor and his wife don't accidentally hop on my channel and go, sister, what's going on? That you got some splaining to do. Yeah, we're gonna move on. I like to keep the air clean and beautiful, whether it be in my mind or in my home. Talking about cleanliness. All right, so from the last kit that was released, no, all right, that's the end of that. From the last kit that was released from Tonic Studios, the Sweet sweet treats collection. You may have seen that video. For those of you who did not, then here are some of the cards. In case you guys wanted to know a little bit more detail in those videos, because I'm trying to show you guys the samples, then I can't always share like every little step because then the videos would be too long. But whatchamacallit? In any case, I wanted to show you guys the cards, and this one says you're the cherry on top, and it's got the little candies. By the way, the kits are available. Let's see here. Today's the 25th. So, this one, yes, this one was released last Saturday. So that means, thank you, Eve. That means that you'll be able to get this particular kit up until the 18th of May. Oh my gosh. And I'm sorry, guys. It's just that my timelines get blurred because we work with stuff ahead of time. So I often forget the dates. So these, by the way, I wanted to share with you guys that as far as these are concerned, the dies do cut all of those little pieces. So then it's up to you to stack them as you wish, you know. And over here, as far as this one, this is the one interactive die that comes with that set. So you can make it as I did, which is totally optional. And that is that I hid little magnets behind the little doors, but it also does come with the little stamps so that you can either fill it with little candies like that, or do the yes, the little peekaboo card, or you can do it with just one layer. You can pop it up and make this really dimensional. It's up to you. So if you're wondering what type of adhesive I use to make this so that it would be like a little box, because it is dimensional but not too thick, this is what I used, and I try to stock up on it whenever I can. And that is the foam adhesive. This one happens to be from scrapbook.com, and it is 1/8 of an inch thin. And then that way you can go ahead and either double it up or just use a singular file of it, as I call it. And it helps with making little cards like that. You can kind of see it there on the edge. So, so let me show you the other ones. There was this card here. So there's this card here. These are also the little cookies that you can make. And what's different about this one is that I use the stamp from the kit. So if you see that one there, that one's got all of those little sprinkles, the same over here. And then the kit comes with the little Nuvo Drops. So you can use it as if it were frosting. And that's what I did on a couple of those there. If you see that shine, that's actually a Nuvo Drop. And then depending on how you use it, you can make it look as if you have painted the actual card. So this one, I only did one of the little windows, and I did place, not here you see the magnet because I didn't cover it up on this one, but you can put the magnet on this side if you like. And then it comes with the little sentiments. So that one does say have a delicious day. And then the other card is this one here. And this one is, no, wait a minute. This is from the previous set, right? Yeah, no, that's from the previous set. So I think that was it for the sweet treats. For some reason, I thought I had 4 cards for that kit. Maybe I don't. Maybe I only made 3. I thought I made 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. No, here it is. I knew I made 4. Here it is. So this one was a more, excuse me, more simple one. And that was just using one of the dies repeated there. So I just made little gift boxes. Yeah, I'm letting go of that topic because I'm not interested in that right now, just to let you guys know. I do like to keep the chat clean on this channel. I've said that in the past, so I got the joke. I understood it. Um, but anyway, so that those are cards that you could definitely make with that kit. And I can, if you'd like to, let me show you. Let's see here. I can select, if it's up to you guys, because what time is it now? 3:34 on my end. If you guys would like to see any one of the stamps from the ones that are on sale, I'm just trying to grab this again. Bear with me. Ooh, excuse me, sorry. If you guys would like to see any one of these stamps, because this is what I was thinking, was that I could take any one of them and stamp out some of those images and color them, and make a simple card. So I was gonna let you guys pick. Don't know. Well, there's that one. Don't think I want to use that one. It's a little more complicated. And by the way, there are, oh, here's another one, but I don't think that this is still available. Yeah, but this was a previous one that had been released from the Stamp Club, and that one also had the little cookies and all that. So if you happen to have this set and you got this month's kit, then you're going to be able to supplement it with these images as well, which I thought was super cute. Excuse me. Hi, Lainey. Yes, Lainey, I've not been able to come around. Thank you, Eve. Thanks, Rush. It's kind of a long story, but I've just been having some updates and other things going on. So I wanted to wait until my channel was kind of like ready, and it's not ready yet to go fully onto what what I'm changing it to. So I figured, oh, let me just come along and do a video anyway. Because it was my hope that I was going to have a few samples with all of these for you guys. Thanks, Eve. Have a beautiful rest of your day, sweetie. So I could do that, but I also wanted to show you. I got in the mail, before I forget, because I do like to say thank you to those who send me things. I wanted to show you guys some little things that I got in the mail from some crafty friends. So hopefully I don't cut this the wrong way. But I had every intention on being here earlier this week, guys, so I wasn't able to though. But let me show you. Oops. Hopefully I can open this a little bit better. This is from my friend Shonda, and I wanted to show you the back of the envelope because look, she sealed it. Isn't that pretty? She used a little wax seal and then she put glitter in it. It's so cute. It's a little bird, and he's like on a little branch. So adorable. But look at this card. Oh my gosh, she makes such sweet cards. Look at this, guys. It says enjoy the little things. And it's one of these these are called a step card or step easel. Oh, such a beautiful little message. And it kind of accordions out. And it sits like this. Oh my gosh, it's so adorable. So if you see it from the top, I think you guys can see how it's sort of how it's made. It's got this little accordion at the bottom. See that? Isn't that cool? Such a neat technique. And then in there are all those little flowers, a full little garden, and then the little birds and the little house back there, and loads of glimmer. So stunning. Thank you, Shonda. Shonda is, by the way, Slim Cards on Instagram. And yes, the Lainey, you're absolutely right. The marshmallow kit and those stamps. This is, by the way, called the Delicious Desserts, and I did leave links in the chat so that if you're interested in getting that, it's still available. And I think I just showed my address, maybe. I don't know. This one is from Chiquita, and she's on YouTube. I may have shown my address, I don't know, and I do apologize if I did. But I don't think anyone's going to show up in my house. So Gina, you're not, so what type of crafts? Yeah, you can come over, Gina, don't worry. Maybe you can help me clear out some of my junk. Some of the stuff. But look at how beautiful she actually decorated the front of that. So I can use it in like a junk journal. I thought that was super cool. And I think it's a napkin, and then she added some sort of medium on top. But there's also like a book page. I think that's so cool. So I know she had made this in one of her live videos. Oh, it's so sweet. And it was a little bookmark. Yes, I have the room, Gina. And it turns out where I live, it's legal. So yeah, by all means, could do a bonfire in my yard. Okay, so this was the little bookmark because she had put my name on it. And she did this in a live video, and it was so cute. So it's got like a little magnets hidden inside, and I think she used napkins. But the idea behind this, let me show you, is that got my notes. You can add it to the top of your page like that. See what I mean? Isn't that cute? I really like that. And it's not too cumbersome. It's so pretty. And it's got that really pretty texture on it too. So aside from that, she sent, I don't know what this is, but oh, it's a little tag. Oh my gosh. And some little embellishments. Guys, look how pretty. She made these little flowers with shiny little centers. And then the bottoms of it are little doilies. How gorgeous. So then she added also how you can use it. And oh, I really love these colors. How pretty. It's a little tag, and it's got a little flower on it. And I'm loving the seam binding. And she even decorated this portion here. I love that she did that because it looks like she used the edge of one of these flower centers and then just used it there as an embellishment. Super smart. And then another little ribbon down here tied up. So cute. And then on the back you could write your little message. I love that. Very, very clever and very pretty. So cute. Thank you, Chiquita, if you watch this video. Oh, Gina, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. Let me look. Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I think it is a paper clip. Smart. Yeah, I can kind of feel it. It's not a magnet, it's a paper clip. I've made these with magnets. Maybe that's why I assume that. But super cool, right? So, let me get this out of the way. Oh, I kind of need to keep this, don't I? So that way I don't let it go to waste because it's too cute. Oh, look at it. It popped right off. How pretty. Love it. I'm going to save that. Okay. So, A, B, C, D. Which one? I'm kind of open to any one of them. So let me see. Let me know which one you guys would like to see a little sampling of. I'm kind of wanting to play with this one. Do you guys care if I just do the little bear? The little bear? I'm gonna grab some paper. bare necessities of life. I'm going in with a bear. Awesome. Thank you guys. I love that you're not complicated. Because I've not played with it yet. And let's set you guys back over here. Oh, to the back. There we go. At least, ooh, get some stamping done here. Got some magnets here. Woohoo, baby. They are strong. I'm just gonna cut this down. So 5.5 inches. This down. I don't trust the magnets. They scare me. Woo! See? Because they almost pinch my finger. And where'd I put them? I accidentally put it away. Alrighty, let's see here. Well, let's go with this little guy. Maybe I can do just a simple little image here. We shall see. Yes, the magnets don't forgive anyone. I'm using a Spanish colloquialism, but I don't know how to say that in English. They're not forgiving, right? The magnets are not forgiving. I think that's how you would say it. Not nice. Alright, so I'm just going to use some alcohol-friendly ink. I always keep this on my table, and this happens to be from Be Creative. And I get it from scrapbook.com. Because if I find something that works, I try not to complicate things and just use it. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And I think I want to do it one more time. And I do see that I didn't prep my stamps, so there are some little tiny fibers on there. But because it's a nature scene, I think this is going to add to it. This is going to work. And let's see here. I'm going to add a few of these. So I'm going to put these guys back. I'm done with the mama bear and the baby bear. I think this would be great for a number of different things, but of course, like a new baby. There's a card for a new baby or something like that. I think that would be super sweet. Now, this would be also the perfect stamp for stamping on its own. And I think you guys will know what I mean in a minute. It doesn't have to be perfect, but let me just do this real quick. For masking, exactly, yep. Bears are fuzzy, so they don't have to be perfectly colored. You can do whatever you like. And that's what's kind of fun and forgiving about these types of sets. Okay. Okay. Now, I know that there's a die to cut this out, but because I want to use this as an actual mask, I want to get really close to the edge of this image And it doesn't have to be 100% perfect either. It's just a matter of having the parts that I know I want to use as my mask kind of available, if you get what I'm saying. Because you can always move it around a little bit. But I'm just going to cut around this one, because this is going to help me kind of create my scene a little bit better. Okay, so boom. All right, there we go. Didn't have to be too careful. Can always take away a tiny little edge there if need be. All right, and you can choose to do your masks with thinner paper. I know some people use like post-it paper, post-it note paper. I like to have them be nice and sturdy, so that way when I keep them in my little the same little packaging, they kind of don't get too tattered. But here's the gist of this, of course, is that you can then, actually I'm going to use washi, kind of hold that down a little bit. Okay, so there. I think I want to use permanent ink. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to continue with the black. I had another idea, but if I start mixing water resistant or water friendly ink, what do you call that? Water based. my words. Then that's not going to work too well. And then I'm going to put another one kind of up here. This is going to give this a tiny bit of dimension. Like so. And then I'm going to stamp one more of these here. It'll all come together in a minute. Okay, here we go. So I'm only going to cut this one out. All right. Ow! I keep pinching myself. All right, so now I can remove my little mask. And that one little, hopefully you guys can see that. Now that looks like the bear is kind of in between there, you know. Gives a little bit more depth to that image. I'm going to try to cut this one also, I think. Let me look at my dies. I think my dies got mixed up, guys, with the bears and the nut bears. I'm looking for the dies that go with the bears. I don't know what happened. Here they are. Okay. Okay. Because there is a die for that little bear. Yep. And then there's a die for, is there one for the little bush? Yes, there is, right there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just use this one as a mask. So I'm just going to go around here. All right, then use that one as a mask and then put that one here. to cover that. Here we go. Okay, because this will give me the opportunity to stamp this again. And I have to make sure that I have both of them so that I don't ruin that little bear, even though I just got my fingers on that. I'm gonna have to improvise there. Okay. So I'm gonna lay this one on top. Yes, no worries, sweetie. You have a wonderful weekend. And thank you so much for stopping by. I know I didn't announce this as a crafty video, but I figured I may as well, since you guys are here. And don't forget, you know, that there are more projects coming up. I know that I say that all the time now, but it is the truth. So hopefully once, as I said before, once everything gets situated as far as the channel is concerned, I am hoping to be able to have more videos on the regular rather than sporadically. So wish me well, guys. Okay, I'm going to now take the mask away. And I think I want to keep, yeah, I'm going to keep this over here, because I can come back to those little masks if I need them, okay? But it gives me the opportunity to add a little bit of depth quite easily to a card without having to do too much. Okay, so now let's do a little bit of coloring here. I'm going to grab some alcohol markers and let's see here. You can just grab whichever colors you are comfortable with. I kind of like to mix things up. I'm going to use garlic clove, and these are from Nuvo. Just on the little muzzle here. And also on that little baby bear. Nothing too complicated. I'm going to use Sandcastle, and that's number, the first one was 472. This one's 477. And I'm just going to go around the edge there and kind of underneath that little nose. Let me go zoom in a little bit more. Hopefully you guys can see that a little bit better there. So Lainey, for this set is still available, and it's on sale right now at Tonic Studios US, and I don't think, let me see if it's in the UK. It is, yes, it's actually, as far as I can see here, actually no, it's sold out in the UK, so I'm sorry. It did sell out on that end. But it was an older set from the Stamp Club. I just wanted to come around and show everybody that there was a really wonderful spring sale this week, and these were part of that. Because I know that I went ahead and took advantage of that sale as well, because there were just some sets that were so super adorable and hard to walk away from, and this was one of them. Of course, with it being, you know, honey bear theme, I had to hop on that. Well, actually, I already had this one, but the other ones are really, really adorable. And this one in the past, I had to get it because it did have the bears and the honey. And for those of you who don't know, my husband and I keep bees. So anything honey bear related or honey related is a lot of fun to have. So as you can see there, I kind of did the beginnings of that. This is called Brown Sugar, 478. This is 461. And I'm going to use this kind of to give a little bit of texture here and there. because, as Melissa was saying earlier, bears are fuzzy. So you can definitely use several colors to give your bears a little bit of texture. You don't have to keep it all one dimensional. And the way to do that is just to add light and shadow. You don't have to do just a flat color. And of course, it's just meant to be whimsical. It doesn't have to be too serious. I'm gonna go back with that brown sugar again, and then just do a little bit more texture kind of around the eyes, there, the ear, and then the cheeks. And that's all going to blend together, by the way. So I'm going to go back with, actually, I'm going to keep this one. This is a rather light color brown. And I'm just going to go around here. And now I'm using that, the whiter nib, because it's just going to help me color this a little bit faster. So I'm just going to go around and do kind of like little strokes on here. Same with the little bear. And then I'm going to go back with that, actually I'm going to use Sandcastle for some of this, and then I'm going to go from light to dark here. So this again is Sandcastle. And then I'm going to finish that off with Hazelnut Truffle. Okay, so that's plenty for that. Gives it nice texture. You can definitely also go back in with a darker color and then give this a little bit more depth by adding a couple of little little shadow bits here and there, just by stippling the paper if you want to. That's sufficient. Then for the greenery here, and I'm sorry, I didn't look at the chat. Let's see here. Oh, you also, Rocky, thank you so much for being here. For sure. I agree with you, Melissa. It can just be a time to relax. Just a good time to chill. So let me see here. I have 415 and 416. These are older. One of them is older. I'm going to take a look at how this looks here. Yep, and this is quite dark. The other thing that you can do is you can supplement what you color with the pencils, the colored pencils from Tonic Studios, or any other brand for that matter. I just like to consider the fact that you can add little die cuts on top of what you color as well. So that's the other way that you can get quite a bit of dimension on here. Let's see here. Okay, so this is a darker green, and I'm not being terribly careful, as you can tell. I'm not necessarily staying at 100% within the lines. It can just look kind of like a watercolor effect almost. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I rarely color with just one. No worries. I appreciate you guys having been here. So those of you, if you can't stay, don't worry. I won't take any offense. So as you see, there's just, you know, a little bit of depth here and there. And then what's great about the alcohol markers is that they do really blend nicely together, because you can go back and add a little bit more of that initial color and just kind of butt it up against that darker color to get a really nice blend. Okay, so there's those. Can add a little bit of peach here for the, this is number 392, Fruit Punch, for the flowers. And what I'll likely do is go back and add some Nuvo Drops. So that way I don't have to worry too much if my little colors overlapped, because I can definitely go in with a more opaque Nuvo Drop and then add that right on top of what I've colored there. And then this is strawberry jam. Just going to use that on a couple of centers there. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to this also with Indian saffron. This is the center of those. And I need a little pink nose. I'm going to use pink taffy for their little noses. And actually I'm going to use it in their ears because I want this to be nice and vibrant. Thank you so much, Lainey. I'm going to go ahead and from here, let me grab my little masks again before I forget. Got that one. I'm going to grab one of these little brushes, and I'm going to take just a very light blue. This is called It's a Boy, and it's a light blue ink from, actually, I think I want, where's that other, here it is. I think I want a bigger brush. It's from Catherine Pooler. It's a word I was trying to think of. And I'm just going to grab a little bit of this ink and kind of go around here. And I'm going to be brushing this on very gently as I walk around that image there. And again, it's not going to be 100% precise, but just close enough to give it a little bit of brightness there. And then here, I'm just going to use this part just to cover up the baby bear. I realize I didn't actually cut out that piece, but that's okay. All right, that gives me enough of a little glow there. And then I'm just going to go around the little baby bear. Because if it's not perfect, or if you get a line, you can just try to blend it out a little bit, or just make it part of the scenery. So I've got that. And I'm going to add this on top. So I'm just going to free stamp this one. This is the little honey pot. And I'm sorry guys if I was shaking the camera. I apologize for that. I forget that the motions on here will do that. Let's see here. I've got this that I can use to cut it out. So I'm going to cut these out really quickly. And I'll do it on a different table so that way you guys don't have to see this shake. But that'll just take a moment. I was thinking of the paper to use with this, and I've got Majestic Gold. There's my little honey pots, which of course, depending on how you cut those, you're going to get that little white outline, and I know some people don't like that, but I'm not bothered by that at all. I think it's still close enough. But I got to thinking that it'd be really cool to kind of have a couple of these, and they could form part of the scenery. Of course, I'm going to be cutting this down, and I was thinking that these could come in handy. They're stuck to my to the packaging here, but as I said before, you can certainly get the magnetic inserts if you want to keep them on magnets instead of that sticky stuff. But I'm going to take this beautiful paper. This is my Majestic Gold, but it can look like just like a light brown, and I think it's so cute. So I'll cut down a piece of this and use it for this card. And what I'll do is that I'll just run these through, and I might be brave enough. Now, actually, no, this one doesn't go with that one. You can make these like birch trees with a lighter color if you wanted to use like a gray. That would be a really pretty color for this. I just thought for today I'd use this, and I'm going to take my low-tack tape, and I'm going to take advantage of this just to make sure that those stay in there. And go ahead and cut that. I'm going to make sure I do this. Now normally I'd be telling you don't run these together through your machine just in case, but I'm gonna be confident or risky, either way. Whichever way you want to look at it. Do that one. So here are those. Ooh, and I see, okay, that's interesting. It cuts the inside portion out. Huh. So I think I want to cut this as a solid and then use this one separately to layer on top. I don't know. That's quite interesting. It literally cuts that center portion out. So I think I want to do them separately and then layer them on top. I think that's how I want to do it. Let me know if you have this set, if you use it like that, or do you use them together? I'm curious. You won't tell Tonic on me? Yeah, I think they're far more risky than I am. When it comes to cutting the papers, because there's only so much time, you know. We all run out of time. So this is what I mean. I want to have these, see, I think I'm just going to use them like that. And then layer these on top. It's quite thin, but I like the dimension. And of course, if you wanted to do it in a different color, that's another option as well. Let me see here. Choices, choices. Maybe I want a shorter one. I don't know. I'm going to cut it out just in case. We shall see. There's that. I keep thinking my machine's right in front of me. The brain takes a minute to adjust. I'm like, wait, you're not here. You're over there. I need my little pokey tool. Here you are. My cutting table is behind me, so sometimes my mind, you know, just gets confused. I'm like, no, I'm not facing that way. I'm facing over here. I have to remind myself. Okay, there's those. I'm going to just set these aside. Got too many things in my hands. Woohoo! Come here. Okay, but you get to see how detailed these are. They're really cool dies, I must say. Because you can also cut that away from the background, of course, and do a different technique there, which, come to think of it, that's what I should have done to begin with. But hindsight is always 20/20. Okay, so there's those that I've got cut out. A little bit of force situation going on there. Got my little images here that are quite bright. And then there's always, let's see here, I'm going to grab the base. It's a simple, I'm going to just do a simple card blank. So I'm going to see how big I need this to actually be. this to be a little bit smaller. Okay, I can have this as my first matting layer, and then I'm so tempted to just fussy cut around this, but let me see here. The mind is going so that I get quiet. Just get quiet because I'm thinking. All right, I'm going to use that just because it's there, so why not? We'll see. A little scene will come of it. Because of course what I'm thinking is I would love to have a bunch of little greenery all the way around. But I'm going to use this as my little prompt to cut around here. Just going to cut this away. And then I'm just going to cut this around here with my scissors. A little seam. An unlikely scene. And then I'm going to add these around here. But I do need a little bit more color here. So I'm going to actually add this to another piece of card. I'm going to go with the Arctic Blue, one of my favorites, and add this as a little shadow. And I think I'm just going to adhere it and then cut around. Or no, I'm going to use that die again. I forgot. I'm going to use that die. Where are you? Right here. So I'm going to use this again. And then I'll cut around that. Okay, because then I'll be able to add to that. I'm just going to cut a little piece of this. I'm going toward the edge here because I'm just going to use this as a little bit of a shadow, a drop shadow on that image. So it's going to be down here, like that. And I think this would be cute for like a little gatefold style card also. Okay, there's that one. And now that I have this, I can adhere this other piece right on top. And I'm going to offset it a tiny bit. going to go ahead and tatter this. So that way the edges don't have to be uniform in any way. And I'm thinking I would really like to, let's see here, add a few of these in that white color so I could make them gray. Got so quiet. I don't know who's still with me here. Let's see here. I'll use this one as well. Go ahead and take advantage of these. Oh, thank you, Melissa. I've got a few more of those, what do you call these things? Twigs. Twigs is what I'm going to call them. And, let's see here. That way this can have a little bit more contrast. Okay, I think I'm good with that. So what I got to thinking was that there's a light gray here. It's called Feather Gray. And I think that this would be nice for just a little bit of a change in color there on some of these, so that way it's not all monotone, or monochromatic is the word I should be using. Because of course, nope, this goes like this, and like that, nope, yes, something like that. Let's see here. I might like that a little bit more. So I'm applying just a tiny bit of gray on the edges here so that it's not stark white. Of course, the whole thing can be colored gray. Won't really matter because this is such a light color anyway. I've got another one, so I'm just going to go ahead and adhere these just for kicks. I'm just going to go ahead and do it like this. Sorry for that sound. All right, I'm going to do it like this. And this one as well. I really like that gold, but it did need a little bit of contrast there. And then the rest I can stick on the background just as if they were flush against that background. I hope that makes sense. But let's see here. These were, this goes like that, I believe. Yep. Oh, thank you, Lainey. What does that say? Oh, thanks, Tanya. Yeah, I don't know about professionalism. There's only, what do you call it? I don't know. What I lack in professionalism, I think I make up for in sheer gusto. How do you say that in English? Um, the interest of crafting. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy it, the enjoyment of it. Because of course the pre-recorded videos are so much easier to edit out all of the thinking process and the, oh wait, no, I think I want to do that. You know, that sort of thing. The back and forth. All right, let me color one of these little guys. I thought I would do it as well, I'll explain as I color it. To do it a little bit more dimensional, but this one was a little bit off, so this is actually going to be the base one. There we go. Put that one as the base, and then I'll put this one on top. So I'm going to go ahead and color that one as, let's see here, what color? Honey pot. The honey is not exactly yellow, so I'm going to mix these two colors. And that black ink, even though it says it's alcohol friendly, sometimes it does impact the ink. But I'm going to blend these two colors. And then I am going to use the shiny Nuvo on top of that. But I'm going to repeat that on this one, even though this is going to be on the base. Because it's going to be a more, just to give it a little more dimension. And then I'm going to make the little honey pot. Let's see, let's go with blue to keep with everything else being blue. Okay, so I'm just going to go around here. It's a little bit easier, of course, to color all of this if you don't cut it out first. Of course, of course. This is for, that was 428, and then this is 425. Oh, do I even have color in that? I don't think I do. Let's do 363. Why not? Oopsie, wrong end. 363. Still getting acquainted with these colors. This one's obviously much lighter and more in the green family, but I'm going to blend them together and it's going to work. I'll go back with that darker one. So this one, I think it's leaking a little bit. I just wanted to kind of lighten that little jar a little bit toward the center. But I'm going to have to see what's going on with that marker because it looks like it might be leaking. And that's not the usual case with these. Okay, so that's just to give it, so again, so that it's not just one flat color. Okay, I'm going to start adhering this. And here's what I wanted to do here, is that I want to add those enthusiasm. Yes, thank you. Oh, Lainey, which kinds of cards are you making? Probably Mother's Day, if I had to guess. Which is what I should be doing. I just didn't have a plan for today at all. So this helps me get some energy out. Okay, so here's what I was thinking of doing, was just to use these as kind of texture in the background sort of thing. And some of this is going to be covered, of course. So don't think it's going to matter. Yep. So what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to put this one here, and then I'm going to actually cut this one in half. You guys will see there's a method to my madness. Come on, come on. All right, it's getting there. Then this one next. Only a tiny bit of that is even going to be seen. I keep flinging these poor dies. Got stuff all over my table, but that's how we craft. Put that one there. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Yeah, at this point, I've had such a week that I needed some therapy, to be completely honest. You know what I mean? You get to the point where you're so deliriously tired that it just doesn't matter anymore, and that's how I am. I'm just like, just push through it, because you can't change the circumstance. So just craft and enjoy it, because nothing else can be changed at this point. I'm just, it's, I've been dealing with the, you know, to explain myself a little bit, I've been dealing with the whole logistics of cameras and microphones and all that jazz, and it has been so utterly frustrating. Yeah, after this I'm just gonna chill, to be honest. My husband will come home and he'll know. I just have to look at him and say, yeah, I'm done. I am done. Although I'll probably go outside. It's beautiful out. Okay, so I'm liking that because it just gives it that bit of depth there, even though I didn't change the color. Now, obviously I could add one more, but I don't have one. I did enough cutting already. So I'm just gonna add this on top. And then we're gonna supplement with those other ones. And obviously, you know, there's more than one way to go about this, because I didn't have to cut it all willy-nilly like that. I'm just not going to worry about it because it's a whimsical little card. Otherwise, I would have gotten another die and I would have made sure that it was super fabulous on the edges and all that cutesy stuff. But crafting doesn't always have to be about perfection. So now I'm going to go ahead and put these here strategically, of course. So that way it looks like I planned all of this out. I'm going to take advantage, in fact, of those strips that I was mentioning, because it's going to make this look completely intentional and easy. Oh, wow. That is wonderful, Lainey. I would love for you to post that in the Facebook group so we can see it. Guys, I'm going to be 50 this year. Can you believe that? 50. I feel like I'm still 29. Like, what's going on? What happened and where was I? How did I become the grown-up? I'm not ready yet. Wait, I think this is kind of supposed to go this way. My son was saying to me the other day, he goes, "Well, Mom, you kind of look young." I don't know. I don't know if he was trying to make me feel better. You know, when you're a teenager and you try to compliment a person, it doesn't always come out that way. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You know what, Tanya, when it comes to that at that point, I know I'm gonna feel the same exact way as I do now, where I'm like, wait, how did that happen? How did 8 years go by? Because that's how it always is. You're like, wait, I'm not done yet. I'm not done being 18. Can I go back? There were still some things I needed to do. Nope. No, no, no. No recycling. It's like learn your lessons and keep it moving, sweetheart. That's how life is. All right, so I'm gonna cover up my little smudges that I had on my paper there. So I'm gonna act like I did that all on purpose. See what I mean? And then this little guy is gonna go over here because if not, there's gonna be an empty space. But we can put it so that it's more flat than the other one. It's not completely flush, but excuse me. Sorry, guys. Oh, how awesome. Yeah, exactly, Lainey. It's all in the mind, really. It really, really, truly is. Because I've met some younger people that are just old in the head. Where you're like, you know what, sweetie, you're wasting your youth. Thank you. You're wasting that nice clear skin and that lack of wrinkles. Wait a minute, I wanted this on the top. Ah, I'm talking too much. Here we go. All right, I wanted that sort of on the top there. There we go. Not that it's of any consequence. Okay, so enough of those. And then as far as my little jars are concerned, I can put one there. And the next one will be more dimensional on top. And that's why I colored 2 of them. So that way I could put that one on top. And this might be just the right size. Let's take a look. Yeah, it is. Yay. I'm just using one of these little foam squares and a leftover little foam strip because it fits exactly where I need it there. So those little guys are going to go right on top of this one, just to give it a little more dimension there. Me? Well, like I said, in my brain I'm not. In my mind, that's physically impossible. It's like, how did that happen? But yeah. No, there are days where I'm just like, you know what? It depends on, you know, it really depends on how you feel, you know? That people will say to you, "Oh my gosh, you look so tired." It's like, really? Try living what I've lived through. You might look tired too. I don't know. I try not to be too harsh. All right, I think I'm going to add these little guys at the end now, but what I'm going to do is cut these out of pretty paper. Let's see here. And it doesn't have to be necessarily all too different from everything else, but because I've got so much color on the rest of this, And I'm sorry I was out of frame there. Let's see here, some green. I've been trying to make use of my scraps. I think I've shown you guys how I keep them. I try to keep them, you know, all together by color like that. So that way they're so much easier to go through. So I'm going to go ahead and use these as my little branches. And then I kind of need, let's see here, a little, what are the sentiments? I didn't even look. The little sentiments. You're sweeter than, that would be cute. The you're sweeter than honey. Yep, I might just do that as a little strip. So I'm just going to quickly cut these two. And I'm going to use that little strip there for the sentiment in a moment. Oh, thank you, Tanya. It's just for fun, you know, nothing too serious, as you can tell. Just been making it up as I go along. But I think it's those little details that are fun to add, whether you do it at the very end. And this is honestly, this is how I truly craft. Another reason why I like doing the live videos is just to show that, you know, it doesn't always have to be so planned. You can just have fun with it. Do what you enjoy. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. I think I might have to add this over here just to kind of hide those little pieces, but let's see here. I'm gonna cut it down a little more. Might have to add them much smaller here and there. Like that. I think I should cut one more. Let's see here. Cut one more. Oh, mamma mia. Almost took my knee off. Didn't realize my drawer was still open. Okay. Leanie, everyone is. Technically speaking, we all are. It's just a matter of whether or not, you know, we can appreciate them for what they are, you know? It's like, who cares? I really don't like, you know, the whole, I have to act young and look young kind of mentality, because honestly, I remember how I used to, you know, look at adults when I was a young teenager and stuff like that. You know, when you think that 30 is old. And there was no way, back in those days, right? There was no way that some 40-year-old woman was going to convince me that she was young. So can you imagine now? Me trying to, you know, keep up like that? It's like, nah, those days are over with. I had my time. I was saying that I was actually at the opticians not too long ago, and the young lady that was helping me at the desk, I was like, listen, I got made fun of by my son because I was tilting my head back with my my readers, my progressives, or whatever you want to call them. And he said, "Mom, don't make that face." And I was telling her, "Do you realize how awful it is that in your head you don't get old, but then all of a sudden your kid's telling you that you're that lady who tilts her head back to read stuff. And she just started laughing. I'm like, I'm being serious. It happens all of a sudden. You don't see yourself aging. It just hits you in the head. Exactly. All the creams in the world. That's just such a farce. It's like, you are who you are, and that's the end of it. It's like, you want to slather yourself in butter? Go for it. Still gotta act your age when you go out in public, because not a single person is gonna forgive you if you don't. That's the other thing that kind of disappears, right? Is the, you know, people being treating you with grace. You hit a certain age and then people are just like, oh, well, you know what she's like. Whereas when you're young and pretty, people are like, oh, bless her heart. She doesn't know any better. I say milk it. If you're young, milk it. Hey guys, you know what? I'm not too unhappy with this card. I do have one more thing that I was going to add, the sentiment. Here it is. I'm like, I know there was one more thing. I'm going to use the You're Sweeter Than. And I'm just going to cut it, you know, kind of loosey-goosey. I'm not going to be too technical about that. It's sweeter than honey. It's just a fun card. But all joking aside, I've noticed that, you know, certain things like my hair texture changing, I'm just like, oh no, what is this all about? This I wasn't ready for at all. I wasn't ready for the whole hair texture changing in my late 40s. It's like, what the heck is that all about? And I know it's hormones, but seriously, man? Ooh, that's not cute. Okay, I guess that stamp pad was not 100% smooth. Bear with me, guys. I need a napkin and a little bit of water. Just need to clean this off really quickly because my sentiment did not stamp perfectly clear, and it was not the stamp's fault. It was the this thing here, the stamp pad. I just grabbed a brown one, and I have several, but let's see if this time around I can get that. Come on. What? Good enough for me. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this little sentiment out. Okay. And then I'm going to take advantage of this little strip that I had left over from another project. And I'm going to use that as the little shadow. And then on the inside, I'll go ahead and stamp the rest of that. But I'll do that separately. What I'll do here is, in fact, I wish I had done it before I even stuck this down. I wasn't thinking, but that's okay. I can put this down here. Although that's going to kind of take away from the little wavy, but that's okay. I'm only going to put a portion of this here because the rest is going to kind of rest on that little tree bark. Now, obviously, you don't have to spend this amount of time on a card, but I think time spent laughing and having just some light humor with friends is time well spent. I really do. It is, for me, as I said before, it's therapeutic. It makes me happy. I'm going to add some little Nuvo drops now, and this is going to be a complete card as far as today, because I'll add the other sentiment on the inside, but I think you guys get the idea that it's going to say you're sweeter than honey, because I'll go ahead and stamp that on the inside later. But let me go ahead and add the drops. And I have some gold ones that I'm looking for here. Gold, gold, gold. There's so many different types that you can really have fun with, and I'm trying to find a particular one. Okay, it looks like they're... I think they've gone rogue. I was looking for a particular drop and I don't see them. That's entirely my fault. I don't know where I put them. But there's the aroma drops. These smell like vanilla. It's called vanilla cupcake. That's a pretty little light brown that you can add to anything like this. This is gilded gold, and that is a vintage drop, so that'll dry matte. This is Gold Luxe. That's a dream drop, so that's pearlescent. I did grab this other vintage drop in that peachy color because I thought that would be cute for like the little bushes there. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, this is fun. It's fun just to kind of get things out and take a look at them and say, okay, how would I use that? Because I know if I watch someone else color and craft, that's where my mind goes, is that I start saying, okay, she did that, but how would I do that? You know, or, you know, sometimes you get good ideas, even if it's not what you see the person do. And I think you guys know what I mean by that. There might be a technique that came to mind. Like what came to mind with when I was looking at these after the fact, of course, is that I got to thinking, oh, I should have done the entire background with a bunch of little apertures created with that, you know? Which is not to say that I can't do that in an upcoming card, but, oh, that sounds awesome, Melissa. Yeah, I have, I literally have a drop. Actually, this is called Honey Gold, but I have a newer one of this. And this one's a little bit separated, but that's what I was looking for, is this drop in my newer bottle, which I have somewhere. I don't know what happened, but I'm going to try to get this out at least. Because this is what I was referring to earlier, is that then you can finish it off with a nice little drop of the Nuvo. And that makes all the difference. And then that's why you don't have to be too 100% concerned about the coloring being absolutely perfect and all that jazz. I'm trying to get this out, guys. The temperature fluctuates in my room, so sometimes I have to be really, really patient with my drops, wait for them to cooperate and get warm and all that good stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to add this to the honey. I'm not seeing a whole lot of glitter come through though, and that's because it's separated. But it'll be shiny nevertheless. So that can go on there. And then maybe this one. Ooh, I'm squeezing it off to the side, which you guys can't see. But I am trying to get these guys to give me some color. There we go. Okay. So just for the sake of adding that little bit of gold here and there, you can just add little drops of that beautiful color on this card. Okay. Oopsie. If you get a trail, I just kind of push it back with my fingernail. Don't worry too much. There we go. Okay, so now this one I'm going to use on the little flowers just here and there. And this is that that vintage one. So it's not really going to shine too much, but it's just a great way to add a little bit more texture. Okay, I think I like that. And before I ruin it, I'm going to stop myself because I think that's awful darling. All right, that's the end of this. I might touch it up a little bit more, to be completely honest, with pencils, just because that's how I like to add depth whenever I draw any kind of fur or anything like that. But as you can see, this is just loosey-goosey, just having fun. I do appreciate you guys having stuck around to watch me do this. I know this wasn't pre-planned. Oh, thank you, Lainey. Yeah, it's kind of beachy, you know, it's got flowers on it, even though it's a striped kind of like tunic. You see that? Isn't that fun? But thank you, Lainey. Thank you for noticing. I normally am wearing kind of, you know, sweatshirts and stuff like that when I'm crafting, but oh, I think, ooh, my chat disappeared for a moment, but I think this is going to be the end of it. Been here for way over 2 hours, but thank you so much, guys, for having been here. If you would like to give a thumbs up to the video, and whatchamacallit, let me know coming forward or going forward if there's absolutely anything that I missed today. Don't worry about whether or not you can reach out to me, because you can, and now you can tell that I'm tired because my words are going blip 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 blip. But feel free to leave a thumbs up. If you are rewatching this for some crazy reason, don't forget you can subscribe. I do appreciate every single one of you, and I love you so very much. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I do have another video tomorrow. That one's already ready to go. And that's just going to be the little card that I made using the fairy tower. So, you're very, very welcome. And, Lainey, I just read your butter comment. You never know. It might be beneficial. All right, guys. Have a blessed weekend, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Be inspired and be blessed. Ciao, ciao.